A pattern is emerging behind the global streaming screens. It is not coming from an established group with a dozen hit singles, nor from a solo artist with a viral gimmick. It is coming from a unit whose career trajectory has been marked more by significant question marks than by certainties. So how is it possible that an album released without the fanfare of traditional mass promotion has managed to have every single track, every one, surpass 5 million streams? Is this a mere coincidence, a testament to fandom loyalty? Or is it a sign of a much larger, quieter shift in the power dynamics within the K-pop industry itself? On a recent date, official data from Spotify confirmed a rare achievement. Wild, the lead track from BABYMONSTER, has officially surpassed 5 million streams on the platform. However, the real story lies in what happened around it. Every song on the mini-album, We Go Up, from the titular track We Go Up to Star, Bet on Me, Live, and Sheesh, has reached that exact same milestone. In an intensely competitive attention economy, where one hit song is often considered a success, a uniform achievement like this is not an incident. It is a statement. And to understand that statement, we must look deeper. To grasp the magnitude of this event, we need to take a step back. BABYMONSTER is not a group born onto a red carpet. They are the heirs to a heavy legacy. Born from YG Entertainment, a name synonymous with blockbuster successes and legendary groups. Since their debut, the narrative attached to them has been that of the next big thing, but also the group that overcame adversity. The prolonged delay of their debut, the uncertainty surrounding their lineup, and the long shadow cast by their seniors, Blackpink, created a challenging runway. Their public image was built on the foundation of monster rookies, raw vocal talent, sharp dance skills, and an aura of technical proficiency typical of YG productions. The album We Go Up itself, released several months ago, was well received, but a well-received album rarely guarantees such uniformly resilient streaming numbers. Initially, it looked like a standard, successful comeback, until the data began to tell its own story. So, what actually happened? An analysis of Spotify data reveals a fascinating pattern. The achievement of 5 million streams did not happen simultaneously, but rather it spread. Wild, as the title track, led the charge, followed by the other songs on the album at a remarkably consistent pace. This indicates a phenomenon where listeners did not just come for one lead single and then leave. They came in and they stayed. They explored the entire body of work. There was no massive marketing campaign specifically pushing streams for the B-side tracks. No viral TikTok challenge centered on Live or Star. This achievement grew organically, over time, like a quiet but powerful undercurrent. The question then becomes, what is driving this undercurrent? Who or what is the engine behind this extraordinary consistency? The answer likely lies in a force often overlooked in the calculus of K-pop success, and we will uncover it next. Consistency. That was the key we found at the end of the first segment. In an industry driven by trends that are born and die quickly, consistency is a rare currency. So when a full album reaches a prestigious milestone so uniformly, we must ask, what is the source of this consistency? Is it the result of a genius YG strategy? Or is there another actor playing a far more significant role in the narrative of BABYMONSTER's success? After interviewing several industry analysts and sifting through fandom data, we found a twist in this story. The engine behind BABYMONSTER's streaming consistency is not solely a top-down strategy from an entertainment giant. It is a bottom-up phenomenon spearheaded by a fandom with very specific characteristics. Ahyeon, Ruka, Rora, Pharita, Asa, Rami, and Chiquita. These 7 names are not just seen as 7 members of an idol group. In the eyes of their fandom, who call themselves BABYMON and Monsters, they are a joint project. The underdog narrative that has clung to them from the beginning, the arduous debut process, the individual struggles of each member, has successfully created
a deep emotional bond and a sense of collective responsibility. A pop culture fandom expert, whom we interviewed under condition of anonymity, stated, "What is happening with BABYMONSTER is the formation of a mission-driven fandom. They don't just like the music, they feel invested in the group's journey and success. Reaching 5 million for every song isn't just about the numbers. It's about proving a point to the world that their choice to support this group was correct. It is a form of collective validation." Evidence for this theory is easily found in digital spaces. On platforms like Twitter, we found meticulously organized initiatives where fans create streaming schedules, not just focusing on Wild, but rotationally targeting other songs on the We Go Up album to rescue them from falling behind. A viral message within the fan community reads, "Don't let a single song be left behind. They worked hard on every song. We should do the same." The reaction from the industry is also beginning to be felt. An independent music producer in Seoul, who often works with major agencies, offered an off-the-record comment. "BABYMONSTER's achievement is making many labels question their promotion models. If an emotionally connected fandom can produce results equivalent to a multi-billion-won marketing campaign, then the future may not be about who has the biggest budget, but about who can build the most compelling story."
The hidden impact? This changes BABYMONSTER's bargaining power. They are no longer just YG's new group. They are proof of concept, an asset with an active, dedicated fan community that can guarantee the stability and longevity of a music release in a fast-paced era. This is an invaluable asset, one that could open doors to more nuanced brand partnerships, more favorable contract negotiations, and, most importantly, future artistic freedom. So this is more than just numbers. This is about the power of community. But one final significant question still looms. Is a model like this sustainable? And more importantly, how will BABYMONSTER navigate the immense pressure and expectations that are now exponentially greater following the success of We Go Up? The answer to that question will determine their fate at the top. Success has arrived. The evidence is in the undeniable numbers. But in the K-pop ecosystem, success is a double-edged sword. It brings freedom, but it also brings a heavier burden. When a group is no longer seen as the underdog, when expectations have skyrocketed, how do they maintain momentum? And could the victory won through the power of their fandom become a trap that limits their artistic room to maneuver? The achievement of We Go Up has placed BABYMONSTER at a crossroads. On one hand, they now have strong commercial proof to present to their label's executives. This could be their ticket to more daring musical experiments. A prominent music critic wrote in a recent column, "This uniform streaming achievement should be a green light for YG to trust the musical taste of BABYMONSTER and their production team. Their fandom clearly accepted the entire sonic identity of the album, not just one title track." But on the other hand, there is a significant risk. A highly organized, mission-driven fandom can be a double-edged sword. What happens if BABYMONSTER decides to make a radical genre shift in their next comeback? What happens if they choose a title track that doesn't immediately click with their current fanbase? The loyalty built on a us-against-the-world narrative could erode if the group is perceived to have strayed from the roots that earned them such fervent support. This is a classic dilemma: meet expectations or explore creativity. For BABYMONSTER, this pressure will be more acute. They must contend not only with public expectations, but also with the expectations of a community that feels it has a stake in their success. Every move they make from now on will be scrutinized closely, not just by the media, but by their emotional shareholders. We reached out to YG Entertainment for an official statement regarding their strategy moving forward. Their response, typical of YG, was brief and diplomatic. "We are deeply grateful to the fans for their boundless love for BABYMONSTER and their music. This is a proud beginning, and we will continue to work hard to show the growth and full potential of the members." A standard statement, of course,
But behind those words, one can be certain that important meetings are taking place in YG's boardrooms. They are mapping the future of an asset whose value has skyrocketed due to a force not entirely under their control. So, this is the new landscape we face. BABYMONSTER, with its 7 members, has become a case study. They have proven that in the modern attention economy, a powerful story and an emotionally connected community can be the most potent weapon. The 5 million streams for every song on We Go Up is not a finish line. It is the starting line of a far more complex race. It is the beginning of a struggle to redefine what it means to be successful in this industry. Will they become pioneers, ushering in a more symbiotic and artistic artist-fandom relationship? Or will they become casualties of the unspoken expectations they themselves created? The question is no longer about what BABYMONSTER has achieved. The question is, can they trust the voice of their fandom without losing their own artistic voice? Their future, and perhaps the future of the K-pop business itself, depends on that answer.